are a number of very compelling stories that I believe that have to do with NASA encounters with extraterrestrials in relation to the moon. I'm reminded of the story relating to Neil Armstrong, a woman at a function where Neil Armstrong was present eavesdropped on a conversation that Neil Armstrong was having with another person, a doctor of some sort. And the impression I get is that she was standing maybe 10 feet away while this conversation took place. And the doctor said to Neil Armstrong, the question probably everyone in the world would want to ask, what really happened on the moon? To which Neil Armstrong said, and this is quoted in books and it's on the web, essentially that we were watched the whole time that we were on the moon. There were craft there, they were huge, these babies were huge, they were menacing.
On September 12, 1991, NASA launched Space Shuttle Mission number 48. 3 days into the mission, as they were deploying the Upper Atmosphere Research Satellite, something odd was caught on the shuttle's camera.
The footage that was seen from the Space Shuttle mission STS-48 is highly interesting and one of the best smoking guns that we have for proof of UFO activity taking place in lower Earth orbit and countermeasures against those UFOs from someplace here on Earth. While the shuttle is drifting over Alice Springs, Australia, we see this very clear orb of light that is moving slowly through the atmosphere, and then the orb suddenly jumps to life and makes non-Newtonian movement, meaning movement that would normally destroy everything inside, and right after it makes that movement, some kind of particle beam shoots up from the Earth's surface and actually illuminates the entire atmosphere in that process, because there's so much energetic charge on it.
On STS-48 was a space shuttle mission that took place in 1990, and what it shows is an object, probably a flying saucer technology, coming up over the horizon, traveling along the horizon. A bright flash goes off, the object is shot at, it actually comes to a complete stop, and then makes a 45-degree angle turn instantaneously, so fast that it basically would generate about 14,000 Gs, which is the equivalent of a 10-story building being dropped on top of you. And then there's a couple of streaks that go by. Clearly the thing is being shot at. And the interesting thing about this that actually kind of supports that is we have a very, very secret CIA base at Alice Springs in Australia, right above the area where this test took place. So what people think is that weapons were actually fired from the ground, probably some sort of railgun weapon, at the spacecraft just to test if we could create a sort of anti-aircraft defense based on these new technologies.
This has every hallmark of being an effort to shoot down an ET-piloted vehicle, in which case they would then send someone like Sergeant Clifford Stone to go in and retrieve the wreckage and the dead or alive extraterrestrial beings in the craft.
But it was half out and half in, and I could tell that it was dead.